Good day, everyone. My name is Crystal, and welcome to my TED Talk. Managing a room full of young children can be delightful, but it can also be hard and can drain a lot of your energy. The day to day challenges you will face can range from dealing with difficult behaviors to crying and cranky children. Throughout the day, you must balance all of their unique needs to keep your classroom smoothly. There will be children that will be fighting over toys, temper tantrums, aggression on the playground or in the classroom. These are routine behaviors among the preschool set. The period between ages 2 and 5 is one of the most extreme and rapid development changes, and young children make these transitions with varying degrees of speed and ease. In toddlerhood, children are trying to be independent. There's a lot they want to do, but can't quite do it. On top of that, their language and negotiation skills aren't that sophisticated, so they get frustrated and act out, which leads to them to constantly say no. Parents will definitely find their sunny toddler being defiant and not complying. It is all normal part of a children's development. Now, here's the problem. Many early childhood teachers do not receive sufficient training for handling children's challenging behaviors. Child behavior problems increases a teacher's workload, of course, and may contribute to a feeling of stress. However, teachers' executive function abilities may enable them to use effective cognitive-based behavior management and instructional strategies during interactions with students, which may reduce stress. Providing teachers with the training on managing challenging behaviors and enhancing executive function may reduce their stress and facilitate their use of effective classroom practice, which is important for children's school readiness and a teacher's health. Now, as a future teacher, when we first start teaching, we are so excited and pretty much on fire with all of the awesome activities we've learned and want to share with the children. And then we learn the difference between textbook curriculum and classroom behavior before we can address challenging preschool behavior in the children. It is necessary to look at at many areas first. Some areas to look at are the classroom environment and the classroom schedule. These areas should be planned so that they meet the development needs of the child in the classroom. Now, we also need to look at what we can do to intervene appropriately. We need to look at what happens before, during, and after a negative behavior. It's a lot to consider for sure, but well worth and imperative to learn about. Now, one of the most common disruptive behavior disorders that I'm going to talk about today is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is also means ADHD. It is one of the most common neurodevelopment disorders of childhood. It is usually the first diagnosed in childhood and often lasts into adulthood. Children with ADHD may have trouble paying attention and controlling impulsive behaviors. They may act without thinking, and the result will be overly active. As we continue nationwide efforts to reduce the spread of 2019 coronavirus, which is the COVID-19, many families are struggling to cope with the challenges of increased family time at home. Long distance routine have transformed overnight, and parents are strapped for resources, leading to an increase in family conflict and child behavior problems. There are many ways we can help, and one of it is like we need to be knowledgeable in appropriate expectations for the ages that we serve, and therefore knowing what might trigger negative behaviors in our group. Knowing about sound preschool growth and development is the only way we can have appropriate expectations. Without this knowledge, you may be planning a curriculum with activities that are beyond your students' abilities, causing frustration for them and therefore behavior issues. Now, when it comes to the ADHD, when you do not prepare a perfect curriculum activity for them according to their needs, you may cause a lot of frustration in them and therefore for them to act out in a negative way. It's not only a teacher's responsibility, but a parent should always address their child's disruptive behavior. Is not only about responding to conflict, but it's also about proactive strategies to decrease the likelihood of challenges. These tools can have a positive impact on your child's behavior by minimizing triggers that lead to tantrum and to feel seen. The most basic thing is make sure parents should always provide the children the most basic needs, which is ensure your child is maintaining good sleeping pattern, a good eating pattern, and a exercise routine. Exercise means which keeps them active. When time and resources allow, maybe just try to join your child in play and leisure time. This will not only help to maintain a positive relationship, but it can make setting limits easier down the road. And also, by calling attention to your child when your child is being a good listener or coping appropriately, you increase the chance that your child will repeat these behaviors in the future. That's all from me. Thank you.